Hi, I'm Dan Costa, editor-in-chief of PCMag.com, and welcome to One Cool Thing, where we bring out one cool thing that we've been testing in the lab and show it to you. Today we are not in our lab, we are on the show floor at CE Week here in New York City, where we have a variety of new products to show you and talk to you about. The new product we're going to talk about today is a home security product. We obviously can't bring an entire home to you on this set. We have a beautiful model of a home here, and here to talk to us about it is Ooma's Mike Lamberg. Talk to me a little bit about what we've got here. I see what looks like sort of a home with a lot of sensors in it. Break down what we're talking about.
Okay, so Ooma Home is a new home security solution that is affordable, easy to install yourself, and gives you a connection with your home that you've never had before. And we've got in our little dollhouse here, we've got all the components, which include a smoke detector, a motion sensor, an alarm, a door and window sensor. The door actually opens up, and you can see
nice.
how, it's a real door, and a water leak sensor. Out in the garage, we have this sensor that goes on the inside of your garage door, and as your garage door moves from vertical to horizontal, it alerts you whether your garage door is open or closed. And finally, the star of the show is our Ooma Butterfly smart home security camera that, among other things, does facial recognition, so that after you train it to recognize your family and your friends, it's only going to alert you when it sees an unfamiliar face.
Interesting. Anywhere in the building, in frame, it'll recognize all of them.
Yes. So, if my wife is going to the refrigerator at 3 in the morning for a glass of milk, I don't want to know about it. If a stranger is in my kitchen at 3 in the morning, I definitely do want to know about it.
Mm-hmm. So all this collection of sensors, and then they're managed through an app and I imagine a web-based interface as well?
Yes, you have an app on your smartphone, and it tells you the status of all your sensors. When any of these sensors are triggered, you get an alert on your mobile phone, and I actually can show you here on this handy iPad. So this is what the interface looks like. You can see you've got the status of your various sensors. One thing that's unique to Ooma that's a huge benefit, we think, is what we call remote 911. So I'm here in New York, I live in California. Let's say the smoke detector went off in my home in California right now. No one's home. I get an alert on the screen of my mobile phone, and then I open up the app. All I have to do is press this 911 button and confirm that I want to call my local 911 operator, and that call to the 911 operator, they're going to see on their screen this address, 525 Almenor Avenue in Sunnyvale, and they're going to be able to send help right to that address. If I called 911 on my mobile phone here in New York, I would get a 911 operator in New York who wouldn't know where Sunnyvale was. And then what do? I scramble for the number of the local fire department. This really closes the loop. We're giving you this critical information, and we're giving you a way to act on it quickly.
So talk to me a little bit about the price point. So people, you're going to want to protect your front door, your back door. What do these sensors cost?
So we have a starter kit for $179.99 that gives you the base station, 2 door and window sensors, and a motion sensor. All the sensors in here are priced from $25 to $60, so very affordable. There's no contracts. You just pay $5 a month for the security service. And if you get our Butterfly camera, which starts at $199, that's only $9.99 a month for 30 days of storage of your cloud files. And by the way, you can have up to 6 cameras on your account for that same fee of $9.99. Some of our competitors actually charge you per camera. We don't do that. So we think it's a very disruptive price point. One other thing I'd like to emphasize, these sensors are very small and lightweight, and you can actually put them on a wall with just adhesive. That means renters can do this. People in condos with condo associations who can't have a professional security service come drill a hole in the wall, run wires, all those things. So we feel we're really opening up the market so that anyone who wants home security now can have it.
I think that's actually a really good point, because people think of home security as things that have to be hardwired into the house, and you've got sensors on the windows. These are just proximity sensors. So you use adhesive to attach these 2 sensors, and then any times they split, the alarm goes off.
Exactly.
And that can be done, like you said, without putting any nails in any walls, and anybody can operate it. And really all these sensors are work that way.
For instance, the water leak detector, it's just got 2 prongs which are kind of buried in the little puddle there. But when those 2 prongs, when water crosses across the 2 prongs, it tells you you've got a flood. So you can put those by a washing machine, by a sink, by a dishwasher, and anyone who's ever had a home flood knows how devastating it can be, thousands of dollars of damage. Think of the benefit of knowing that there's a leak in your house in 2 minutes instead of 10 hours.
Especially if you're traveling or if you have a second home that you don't visit a lot. And the cost of that sensor is de minimis. $30 for, you put it in your basement, it'll probably never go off, and that's a good thing, but $30 is worth the insurance.
Exactly.
I want to go back to the pricing because I think it's really interesting. The way most security companies make their money is their sensors are cheap, the installation is cheap, and the app is free to download, and then you get locked into a monthly fee for either monitoring or for some component of the service for storing video, and you wind up paying a lot of money over time because once you've invested in all the hardware, you get just contracted into this expense. Your model is really, really different. $5 a month for the basic sensors, and then the storage is sort of pay as you go.
Yeah, exactly. And so we're really we're changing the model in the sense that you do have to pay this monthly fee, but there's no contract associated with it.
You can cancel at any time, and the next month you don't pay.
Exactly. And the other nice thing is, again, if you like the service and you're a renter, all you have to do is take these sensors off the wall when you go to your next apartment. So we're making it very flexible, and we're putting the user in control. You're getting the reports from the sensors. You make the decisions what to do with the information. So that makes it affordable and easy. And again, as I'm saying, we feel that opens up the market because the universe of people who've got home security today is really very small. You have to have a real need or a lot of money. Now it's opening up to people who just kind of want it, but wouldn't take those extra steps. And also you're getting all kinds of information that's not necessarily just about burglaries or fires. And we have customers telling us, it's great to know their kids come home because the front door sensor tells them the door's open.
That is the use case. The guy, John Delaney, who does a lot of our home security testing, and his door is just filled with sensors, and he gets alerts all the time. That was every time, that was the thing he valued the most, was being able to see when his son came home, know whether he locked the door behind him, and see exactly when he came home from school. And just that one detail was worth certainly $5 a month.
And my personal example is a use case that I got from one of our customers. I put a door and window sensor on my mailbox out on the street, and now I know I get an alert on my mobile phone whenever the mail's delivered in the morning.
Also, would be useful to find out if anybody else is stealing your mail. Because then, which is another subset of crimes, but that's an element of security here where you're really providing a window into your home when you're not there.
Yes, and in fact, another interesting small business use case for the butterfly camera, we've had dentists tell us they put the butterfly camera inside the cabinet where they store their prescription medicine like painkillers, which have a black market value and theft risk. And then when anyone opens the door to take out medicine, they're being recorded by the butterfly. So he knows where the medicine's going, where the prescription painkillers are going.
And presumably the facial recognition would identify anybody that's working in the office and it has permission to do so.
Right, and because sometimes the problem is internal, your own employees are taking drugs when they're not supposed to. Sometimes it's a theft in the middle of the night, but these are the kind of use cases that we didn't anticipate when we created the product. But people just want to be more connected. It's not always about, again, burglary or fire. It's just about being more in touch with your home, which really is your most valuable asset for almost everyone.
And I know you've got some video, some cute video of home security systems capturing different scenes in front of people's houses. Do you want to share any of that with users?
Sure. Yeah. I will again call this up on my.
And I think it's interesting too because Ooma has a line of business products, long history in voice over IP, really easy to use turnkey systems for small businesses and homeowners. And this is sort of a logical extension of that sort of connectivity product moving into security.
This is my very own real home with my very own real dog. I have 2 Siberian Huskies. When we're not in the kitchen, things tend to disappear from the counter, and we never knew exactly how.
This feels like entrapment.
Yeah. Well, dogs have no civil rights.
That's right.
See, my dog's very determined. He's evaluating all the angles to see what will work. And finally, he gets himself up on the counter and grabs the cheese. And that was entrapment. I set that up deliberately to test him.
So no penalty for that. Yeah. And he just gets and that cheese is just get added onto the Ooma marketing budget.
Exactly.
And no harm, no foul. Yeah. So this is available and shipping now. Like what is what's next for this platform?
Yeah. So everything we've shown here is shipping now, except the sirens coming this summer and the smoke detector at the end of the year. Okay. We are going to be adding to the portfolio, can't say exactly what, but we are going to continue to help everyone become more connected with their home.
Very cool. And if people want to purchase it, is it available in retail stores? So they go directly to Ooma's website?
You can get it from Ooma.com, you can get it from Amazon, there's some other retailers carrying it, but the best place to start is at Ooma.com and go from there.
Very cool. We talked about getting a review in. We're going to set it up and we'll actually put it through its paces. Stay tuned to PCMag.com for that. Thanks so much for coming in, Mike. This was great.
Thank you.
That's one cool thing for now. We're going to be back with more cool products. Check out our YouTube channel or Facebook channel if you want to see more of these videos. We'll talk to you soon.